Not long before the events of the Chimera, 4 space pirates were sent to the desert planet of Akiton to regain their captain's hold over Kafak Depot. Get in, restore balance, get out. A simple enough plan. Batten down the hatches, mateys. This is Will Save and the Interstellar Tales from the Extragalactic Adventure Anthology. Unknown Treasures.
Welcome back to another episode of Unknown Treasures, a part of Will Save and the Interstellar Tales from the Extragalactic Adventure Anthology. Once again, I am your GM, Kevin. Just to reiterate, I know I haven't said it the last couple episodes, this is my first time ever GMing, and now
you've never said that.
I've had a few weeks under my belt, so I feel like I'm getting a little more comfortable, but it still feels like cooking to me, and I get anxiety in the kitchen if something happens where I don't have like the recipe to guide me. Like if I need to throw in some extra spice or something, I get really nervous and confused, and that's how I feel about jamming.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
Let's take a poll. Who here prefers to cook from a recipe or prefers to just like wing it in the kitchen?
Recipe.
Wing it.
I do 50-50.
Yeah. Like if I've made it before, I'll wing it.
I didn't grow up in a kitchen. My family was not very kitchen friendly, and I have no experience in there. And so
You were not the cook on your sub?
No, I was not a cook. I didn't do laundry. All right, John, did you have a question? You're raising your hand.
Well, 2 things.
Wait, how did you not do laundry if you weren't an officer?
No. Oh, I did my own laundry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And on my boat, on certain submarines, there's only one washer and one dryer.
Wow.
What in the world?
And fun fact is they are most likely to be the cause of a fire on board.
I believe it.
Also, very interesting. Like, I wonder if you're in a tense situation where everything needs to be quiet, because like a vibrating machine like that would absolutely there must be some pretty good isolation to keep that from.
No, they'll secure. They'll secure.
Yeah.
Nobody can do laundry during like all quiet or whatever the term is for.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had 2 questions. One, would be good to just check in. Just wanted to ask you a little bit more. How are you liking jamming? 2, how do you say the word still again?
Still?
Yeah, but you were like steel.
Steel?
Like, yeah.
Did I say steel?
I'm still not.
I'm still not.
So I'm still not.
I moved to Maryland and they're rubbing off on me. I'm gonna start saying water and some weird stuff and on.
Water.
Steel. Give me 10 years and I'm gonna sound like a
water.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
What was your question?
So how is jamming going for you? What's your favorite thing and least favorite thing? That's it. Favorite, least favorite.
I'll be honest, it's fun, but I much more enjoy being on the other side of the table. Favorite thing is having more than one round, one turn, and it's like, it feels more like an RTS, like where I'm controlling armies as opposed to just like a single character.
Yeah.
Least favorite thing is the fact that I have to compete with 4 other players instead of just one. And then you guys throw things at me like, I'm going to have an earth elemental that can travel 45 feet at a time. And Will was right. His elementals can do that. So yeah, it's a little overwhelming for me. Like I said, I'm in a kitchen. You guys ask questions that I don't know the answers to, and I'm like, I'm not good at as much experience as I have with improv. Making up rules and facts on the fly is not my forte.
Your dog is eating an avocado.
Exactly. The beautiful thing is that we don't know. If you just said it convincingly enough, I'd be like, I don't know if that's in the adventure. If you just came up with it, it also doesn't matter where it came from, because like
our listeners know.
That's the DM. I don't think. Do they?
Some of them definitely do.
Jeremy does. Jeremy's like, he screwed up there. Thanks, Jeremy.
Okay, well, there's a difference between the rules and like being like, how, what type of engine is in this thing, or like we're asking very specific questions.
Also, I made Jeremy sound like Hugh Hauser, I think, but no. It's fun, but I don't know if it's my thing, and I'm not sure I'll ever want to fully do it again.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks.
That dog ate every speck of that avocado.
Jeremy, is that you? What's going on? Yeah, dude. Kev, you're doing a great job. We're loving the adventure.
I want to give one more prop to Will for always finding like a support thing. He's really good at this. Like, it's Bernice in the main campaign, and then here this like burrowing thing. They could just do everything.
And even in D&D, he had what was the name of your? It wasn't Artemis.
Barnabas.
It was
Oh yeah, but Artemis, it's ridiculous, man.
Barnabas, you had the owl.
the owl rat.
That's
familiar.
those are the characters
It's
that
great.
Will likes to play. You know,
Yeah.
we all have our types.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
But it doesn't matter what character Will is playing. He always finds a way to get
That little
Like he's
Yeah, I know.
ally.
he's like either like he was a mechanic, so he had a drone, or he's a summoner, or he's.
I'm still floored by Bernice. Bernice can do literally anything.
I love Bernice. She's
I
absolutely
know.
my favorite.
Fan
character.
favorite.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, she's dope.
as evidenced by the fan art and coming
Yeah.
fan fiction at some point.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Well, again, I just want to dive into our characters a little more, and I can say that because I don't have any. I mean, I have a lot, but like
You have all of them.
Yeah. But so like last we learned about your characters, and I want to know just a little bit more. So like, what class? I would actually want to know a little more about you. What class would you be as a person, as you know, Will and Vinny, in the Starfinder universe? And this goes for our
Starfinder?
listeners. Yeah, this goes for our listeners too. I want to know what class best fits you, and your pursuit of Starfinder University or world.
Wait,
so
as
hard.
people, like, you know, if we were class, what would we be in real life? That kind of thing.
Yeah, like
More or
which
less.
one fits you, or like
course you
which one you
Oh,
pursue,
yeah.
which would you want to be? So
What level am I?
It's a good point, actually.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Because like I've spent a lot of time in entertainment, just like, but on the background side. And I feel like mechanic is probably it. So like
I can see that.
from a young age, I've always like taken stuff apart, put it back together. I used to, and also still do a lot of auto mechanic work. And like, I really enjoy tinkering and making things do things that maybe they weren't designed to do, but also makes them cooler. And I feel like that's sort of the ethos of the mechanic.
nice. I think I'm kind of along that same pathway. Like I feel like I would be aspiring to be a witch word or a witch warper, but I'm actually a poorly multi-classed envoy mechanic, where like I don't have enough skills in either set to be useful.
I think in real life, I am most classed in sort of a technomancer, because I'm a software engineer,
that's fair.
which is like you're creating sort of a language or some sort of it's almost like an incantation for like a computer, right? Like there is an element of authorship and creativity, and also like understanding the universe you're speaking into.
And wizardry, is that what you're saying?
It's like it's wizardry.
Yeah.
In a way.
That's cool.
You reach into your spell book and copy, paste.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I agree with that. Like, I definitely want to be a technomancer too. I think that's why I gravitate towards those sorts of characters in whatever we play, even D&D. But also, like, taking like a creative approach is more interesting, I think, than just shooting someone in the face like Thaddeus does.
Thaddeus is getting real good at it too.
Yeah, he's shooting people in the face real good now.
Thaddeus has some good shots. Yeah, that's good.
Shooting lots of faces.
Oh wait, I got it. Thaddeus is a meowder bot. Meowder?
Yeah, they're about.
No, that didn't hit his.
I see. Yeah,
It sounded so much better in my head.
Yeah, just keep it there, Kev. That's
Everything about that was golden. It was a good idea, but your delivery was also really
But
good.
the execution, yeah, you need more confidence in that. I think
But it made it funny, though. Yep, exactly. A meowder bot.
Meowder
Well,
bot.
when I saw this dead thing here, I instantly thought of Rick 19, the thing that we just saw, and I was like, maybe he could.
Is he
what
on
happened? I don't know.
Akiton? This is he is
he's
from
from here.
Akiton. This is
What if he's here?
that's the whole story. It's just
Rick 7. Oh God,
That's funny.
I wouldn't mind that.
I think John, you were the last one. You didn't tell us.
Oh, sorry. If I think in real life, I would definitely be an envoy like performer, musician for sure, and then I would probably. I was thinking that I would be like kind of technical, but I'm not gonna lie. Like acoustics and AV is very technical, but what I do is like a little less technical. So I actually think that I would like be a little bit more on the either like Vanguard or like Solarian, where like you're like kind of controlling these forces.
I mean,
And I don't think that, yeah, right. And I think I'd probably multi-class between those two.
My aspiration would be like to be a Jedi like Solarian, but
Yeah, Solarians are like the Jedi here.
Yeah,
They have like
they
lightsabers and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, given my druthers, I'd absolutely go precog.
Druthers. If I had my
Precog is such a cool class. I wish
It's
somebody was
so
playing
dope.
them on this, but
Yeah. Me too.
Is that a thing? Do they still say druthers where you're from? Because or is that just you're just pulling something out of like the time of like the past, like 100 years ago or something?
It's not a common.
I think it's an East Coast thing.
True.
My mom says that.
Is it really?
It's a southern East Coast. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
We keep it next to our sweet tea and gator tail and all that stuff.
What is a gator tail?
It's a. You've seen a alligator, yeah?
Okay.
So they take the tail and they cook it.
it's like the pork chops.
It's really
What are you
good.
talking about?
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
bet it's
man.
tender.
No, dude, it's
You
really
live on a
Dude, gator's
swamp. How could
delicious.
this be?
We need to
Yes.
do a Will Save South.
Really?
The
What?
entire state of Florida is a swamp. Let's
Yep.
be
Wait,
real.
wait. Sorry, I probably asked you, but have you eaten that trilobite looking thing?
I
It's
don't
out
know
there.
what-
Horseshoe? The
What?
horseshoe
The
crab?
horseshoe crab. Have you had
Horseshoe
it?
crab?
I've never had horseshoe crab.
I thought they were
I thought they
protected.
were.
People eat them on YouTube, though.
Oh,
In like
Well,
Japan.
that doesn't make it legal.
No, in Florida, there's all kinds of Florida people on YouTube that eat
Florida
horseshoe
man.
crab. They probably got arrested. Who knows? But whatever.
Oh, but don't forget horseshoe crab blood is really valuable. Actually,
Yeah, it is.
Isn't
very
it like
blue
blue?
and bright.
It's what Luke Skywalker
Yeah, it's pretty sad. But it's useful.
What is it useful for?
It actually has like a
Medicines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
purposes.
Yeah, it's like a pretty, like a very common and necessary thing for medical research.
It is
That's
a very
awesome.
beautiful color
Yep.
as well.
Because those things are aliens and
They basically-
anyways, moving on.
They're like face huggers.
Cool. Well, enough about you guys. I think we should get back to the game.
Get back to the game! Will save. It's in the game.
I thought we were doing the thing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. We're going to play a very quick round of Two Truths and a Lie, Starfinder edition. So, Terme. What? Terme, please tell us. Tell us in any particular order or in no particular order.
Can you
Two
explain
truths.
the rules of this again for me?
I need you to give us one truth and two lies, or two truths and one lie, or you can do
All lies.
one lie, one truth, and then one lie. So in
What? Now I'm really confused.
In total-
I'm gonna do two truths and a lie.
you're going to tell us three things, and one of them has to be
A lie. Yes. Okay. Well, I am firstly a notorious haggler when it comes to my dealings. Secondly, I stay away from spicy food. And thirdly, I have an affinity for dry climates and desert areas.
I think it's the spicy food. He's always pushed away the hot sauce in the kitchen while we're eating in the mess hall.
You're a witch word, right? That's a race? No, that's a class.
That's a race.
Race. All right, I'm gonna look it up.
You're doing research.
He's going deep.
I think he hates it here. I think the lie is that he has an affinity for dry climate.
Yeah.
I feel like he told us all of these too, and I just don't remember.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks.
Kelly knows what it is.
homework
I'm gonna say that the lie is like spicy food too. Probably that.
Yes.
It's probably.
I think it's that.
I do like spicy food. Yes, that was the lie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was pushing away the Tabasco sauce because he was reaching for the ghost pepper.
Yeah, I was reaching
Yeah.
for the hotter.
Yeah. I think I got that messed up in my head, but yeah. Yeah, I think it's a lie. Good.
Thank you very much, Treme.
You're welcome.
Suck it, Jack.
Have a pleasure having you on our show, and we'll catch
Yeah, it's
someone
a
else
pleasure.
next week.
I'm meeting you.
Poop on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yes, bit of spectacular.
All right, so
The refreshments are quite nice.
back to the real game here. Terme's actually in the shit. Last time, you took out Tuca Fox from the entrance of the car yards, and then you proceeded through the
Kayats.
through the winding canyon of metal scrap.
Every time.
Scrap.
You came to a fork in the path, and Terme noticed several footprints walking in and to the right, and then he did notice there was a single set of footprints going to or from the left pathway where you saw a pile of tires and decided not to go that route, and you went the other way where there's a curved portion of the route with stacks of welded together equipment and fenders that were pretty stable, and so they didn't cause any problem for you as you guys passed through. But as you came out from that, you find an opening, and there is a body, presumably dead, open in the middle of this pathway. And I think with that, we're going to move over to the map.
To the map.
Back to the map. This isn't a surprise to you guys because you saw it last time.
Samurai map.
But does somebody want to describe kind of the layout for us and what they see on the ground? I think the way I set up the map is probably pretty accurate to the description I would give.
Well, he looks like a Master Chief got his chest completely like obliterated, and he's laying on the ground sort of like in that
sprawled.
Like you know how like Superman's always.
Well, I didn't mean you to like dig that
like
deep into it. It's just a dead body that I dropped there, but thank you.
Okay, all right.
I meant more of the surrounding area of the description.
It's just the same as everything else. It's a junkyard with like a dead body.
But it's at the intersection of three different routes.
Perhaps it's a warning.
And to the left, going west, it goes back to the obvious boss fight with the tire dragon that might be there. And then like to the north, it goes off to some place we've never been.
All right. Thank you for that description.
You're welcome.
What do you guys want to do?
Perhaps this is a trap.
It could be.
Yes. We need to move in cautiously. Keep your eyes peeled. I think one of us should take a look at the body and the others surveil the area.
I agree. I'll try to see what happened to him.
Please.
So, Thad will do this.
While that's going on, is there a way to like perceive up this air? Like, what are we seeing around this corner?
Okay, so you guys do step
Step one, close. Yeah.
closer to the body.
Oh, I was going to step like totally to the other side of the wall so I can start to get a bead on what's going on across this way. Oh, that's so fun.
And as you do, you hear a click and a beep. No, I'm kidding. No, you guys step far enough into this opening that you look up and there's a pathway that is mostly blocked by a large spill of toxic-looking chemicals oozing from ragged holes in metal barrels kind of to the west of that pathway.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a stretch of metal plating that is placed across the waist on the far side from the barrels and kind of on the east side, hugging a steep wall of vehicle seats of all shapes and sizes and materials. That's what you can see that kind of directly to the north of this large upside down T
body
area with a body directly in the center of it.
And can I just say the art just looks so cool. The way that they drew the liquid bubbling and the bridge made of just like random components and panels. And I'm really hoping we have to do a balance check because I was reading the balance skill again the other day and it just looks cool.
And I'm not even going to lie to you. I didn't draw that. It's really beautiful stuff.
That just looks.
Kevin's a good artist, I kind of thought.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, this is like a cool. Like this whole book is beautiful, but like this style, I think we talked about it before. It's almost sketchy.
Yeah,
where it's like dark sketch lines and then like almost a watercolor feel to it.
Yeah,
like a digital watercolor. It's beautiful work. But
yeah, it's like a medium level of detail, right? Like it's not fine, it's not super detailed with every line, but it's like medium to coarse, which just fits with the feel of the whole adventure.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
It does.
It feels almost like Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands is a really good comparison.
Yeah, little cell shaded.
So picture yourselves as Borderland characters going through this game.
Oh, I was just lining up to say that Thaddeus is gonna just perceive the body before advancing to. Just to see if there's no bomb or something, knowing Kevin is.
Or like sniper.
Is there anything? It's like 16.
You rolled a 16.
No traps?
Okay, so Thaddeus, you're rolling a 16 for perception.
To see if the body's safe to check out. I just thought I'd do that.
I'll say that you can see the area. There's no obvious traps or anything set up. And the body itself, you actually notice that's wearing a yellowish yellow-orange jacket and pants that you can presume is one of the true warriors.
Good.
Interesting. So this is potentially the work of the enemy of our enemy.
Is this a red-skinned human from Akiton?
Is it a Hoki?
It is actually an android.
Oh, okay. Is it that android we've been looking for?
But if anybody wants to, anybody want to roll a culture check?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
You know what? I
got a 22 on my culture.
wait.
Is this related to commercial organizations or businesses?
I'm going to say that criminal organizations are not considered commercial organizations. Is that a fair statement? Does anyone want to argue that?
I feel like con artists would still have intimate knowledge of legitimate organizations. Otherwise, they would suck at conning. Based on what I know about social engineering.
I want to hear what John has to say, and then we'll...
Got a 25 on culture.
So what did you move with and without your bonus? Or what did you roll with and without your bonus, Vinny?
23 without. I guess that's 28 with.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Wait, what?
John, what do you want to say?
You rolled a 23 without your bonus?
He had a regular bonus, and then he added a bonus because of his extra ability.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I rolled an 18 and for a total of 25.
Did you want to do something else, John? You look like you were digging through.
I was about to, but forget it. I'll get
Okay, cool. You guys definitely rolled high enough. I forgot the original question was whether or not androids are a part of the True Warriors, and so you would know from what you know about the True Warriors based out of Morrow, that the ones that the True Warriors in Morrow are definitely a very diverse organization in the fact that they have all types of life in their
All walks of life.
all walks of life. That's the term. Yeah, in their gang, and so having an android in the mix is actually not unheard of.
Okay.
But this android was not doubling wasn't like a double agent or something. This isn't the android we were looking for, right? It's not the android we're looking for.
Sounds like some kind of trick.
some reference.
So you know the android you're looking for has long green braids.
That's right.
Okay, that's right.
And their skin is like a silver flesh with almost golden circuits glowing through it. This Andrew,
it's cool.
Is almost like a steel.
Yeah,
and like completely steel, humanoid.
Master Chiefy, you might say. Yeah.
So it's definitely not the android you were looking for.
These are not the androids we're looking for.
Thaddeus, perhaps you could see how this droid died from the wound.
Yeah, Thaddeus will do that real quick. Can you see how he died?
If you roll medicine,
Looks like he was shot right through the chest. 20.
on medicine,
I don't have medicine.
I thought you could do like a life science on
Just
that.
a perception. I could do life science though.
Or survival.
is medicine on? I feel like medicine's untrained, isn't it?
No.
Is it not? Okay.
No, it's not. It's
Could
trained.
I do a computer's check for it to replay like its last memory?
That is really pushing. I don't know if you can do that on an Android, but I'm gonna allow it. Yes.
Nice.
Here it goes. Nothing. Does anybody want to assist?
I don't.
If I could, I would.
I'll say that you're not allowed to like play back anything, but you can get a
Glimpse.
like stats.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of plug in and get oil pressure and
Cool.
Yeah.
whatever.
Its sensor array has like a last value.
I get a 12.
Ooh. So 12 got nothing. Perception, though, from Thaddeus. You do notice a very clear shot through the chest.
What?
So it's, yeah, I think that's about all I'm going to give you. You could tell that it's burnt around the edges, but like you can't really define whether it was some kind of special kinetic round or if it was a laser or whatever, but it's definitely a clear like entry and exit wound.
There's a hole in him.
Some kind of projectile. Yeah.
He was shot clean through.
Through his chest.
Yes.
Do we see a mark in the sand where it would have impacted?
No.
It's like if we're assuming that the shot went clean through him.
Yeah, you look around and you wouldn't see that, but you could just assume he was standing when he got shot. It's not like they.
I'm wondering if he was shot here or if he was shot somewhere else and they dropped him.
Okay, so that I will give you perception wise, like there is a puddle kind of forming around, and it's not like they were killed somewhere else and dragged here, if that's your question.
Got it.
And there's no drag marks.
Shall we move on?
I think we should proceed with caution.
Stay alert.
Any ID on the android?
You found the serial number, but it's scratched off.
Sketchy.
Yeah.
Very sketchy.
It's almost like he's a gang member and doesn't want people to know who he is.
That's like the equivalent of burning off your fingerprints or something, I guess.
Do you have anything on him that we can take?
No.
No weapon?
He was whoever.
Probably why he
Man,
died.
this is the kind of questions I was asking. I'm not prepared to do that.
You got to just come up with it, man. That's
I know.
what you do.
I'll say you found a set of rounds for a short range weapon, but there were no weapons found.
I'll take the rounds.
Wait.
Okay.
That's good.
That's all you get from me. That's what I made up on top of my head.
For like a tactical semi-auto pistol, for instance?
I believe that's just a small round.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
Let's move on. Proceed cautiously.
How many rounds? Like a clip?
What is a normal clip? Yeah, whatever a
I
clip
think it's
is.
9.
I thought it was like 10.
Okay.
Is it 10? Yeah, it's capacity, 9 rounds.
Oh, 9. Any idea that I can do like a survival or... I'm basically trying to think if there's anywhere around here that would be a good area to take this shot from. Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to step past the body, get a little bit wider view of this like oil spill, or this coolant fluid spill.
You just found out because a shot rings out. No, I'm just kidding. Do a survival check for me.
God dang it. Give me a heart
Can I do
attack.
perception or is it survival? You said survival.
You said survival. You said
Okay.
survival. Stick to survival. Yeah.
17.
That is exactly what I set to it.
Nice.
You're not looking at the body or where it's coming from, but you are looking at the prints around the body. Oh. And you see that pathway that you guys came from, there were a set of prints coming up, and there are now 4 more sets there, or 3 more sets, because chalk's on your shoulder. But you do notice that the group of tracks come to the middle and very quickly start to move around. What you do notice is that one of those sets stop at the body. So you can assume that that's the body's steps, right? So he clearly came from the path that you guys were in. But you also notice that 3 distinct sets travel further into this gorge, up into that path where the toxic chemicals are. And you notice one set moves to the left, up and around that corner, and out at a higher pace.
Wait, do you mean like to the tires?
You can, is it the word surmise? That is the set you saw. That was distinctly the other set.
Okay.
From the other
Interesting.
point.
Wait, so you're saying the set at the previous fork that split is now coming back down?
I never said it was going in. So yes, that set coming, so you could now put it all together that the set that is spaced out further and a little deeper was from this area here and went the other direction away from the way you came in and was going outbound at the last T.
Oh, okay.
So it was most
Interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the pack that came in from the right. It chose to go left.
Someone bolted.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So
Do I see anything? I've moved up across the sort of clearing, hugging against the wall, and then darting up from like here to there. Do I see anything down this?
Yeah, down what? Like further up the map or like
yeah,
out?
either.
Yeah, you kind of see just the pathway and it curves around. And if you're good enough with maps, you'd notice that it kind of curves around. It's probably most likely that same tire pit.
Tire depot.
Yeah. If you're not, then you just see a pathway. So it's up to you guys. What do you want to do next? Do you want to, your survival check also tells you that like the path, the group of feet there was definitely a scuttle of footprints. And at least 3 footprints move upward, but you lose them as you start to look closer. There is this oil, toxic oil looking stuff, and then there's a single set of planks kind of off to the right.
Yeah,
and the footprints stop there. It's because they don't track. You don't see the tracks in any of that
on the sheeting.
It's concerning. It appears that whatever this band encountered here, the footprints we saw at the previous fork seem to have been moving in the opposite direction coming from where we are now, it makes me hesitate before moving forward. I'm wondering if we should loop back and see if we can find that individual or maybe what's left of them and figure out why they ran.
I thought that individual was running out the junkyard.
There's nowhere left to look, Cobb.
It seems like they were running past where we encountered those Kefox.
I think they're...
Would we have seen those footprints coming through all the way down to where we met the hot dog vendor?
I'll say as you got through that area with where the Kefox were, the ground gets really hard, and so there weren't any.
You wouldn't know. Okay.
Yeah. But it's as you go further in, it gets really sandy. So like that's why you saw it all at the T there.
You could see the direction though. No.
Yeah, you saw it. So you saw a group going in, and you saw one other set of footprints
coming out
in the other
out
direction.
that way.
Yeah, you guys assumed it was going in, but it was actually coming the opposite direction. So they were.
Okay.
You guys are right in the fact that there's a large group that comes in from the right, and one person is running.
Somebody fled this way.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Whoever it was that was here is long gone, I think, Cobb. We've covered about 95% of the ground. In my expert opinion, I think he fled successfully. Wouldn't you say so, based on the tracks?
It's just interesting that I guess so. We didn't see them, but we should keep a note. Would be curious to know what they know, if they are alive.
Let's notate it. Indeed. I'm rather...
Yep.
Yes. No, Cobb. Thought.
No, me, John, was just saying that, like, I want to go see what's on the left because it feels like what's going here north is, like, moving forward, and I just want to know what was on the left here.
Welcome to my world, John. That was every bit of this book 2 for Threefold. I was just like, Kevin wants to go in this door, but Rick is like, nope, moving on.
Yeah.
We can do this. I just really...
I feel like it's going to be a monster. Yeah.
There's a monster around some corner, not to metagame.
But there also might be more clues, right?
all right. Could we just perceive at a safe distance? We could try to do this.
Chuck, hearing all of this, is tired of the indecision and just starts toddling over. Like
to the left.
Stealthily.
Oh, okay.
You got to roll stealth.
Yes, former GM John.
All right. Let's do it. Stealth it is. We'll let Shock scout ahead. To be honest, Thaddeus probably doesn't care.
15.
Saying.
Rolu cares, so Rolu's going to...
I know Rolu cares.
Step.
How many rolls do I have to make per squares, Kev?
Oh, man, you're going to make me look up stealth rules in the middle of all this?
No, I'm going to ask you to make it up.
Just make it easy and say he's fine.
I'll give you one stealth roll to get into about where you are currently. So you rolled a 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check, do you see anything?
Check. I see lots of tires and like a sarlacc pit.
No, it's actually a pile of tires moving up.
Oh, cool. Ooh. I was like, what is this?
I mean,
Cool.
it's a tall stack.
It's a
but
tall
like,
stack of tires.
Yeah. It's clearly just like, this is where people throw rubber because rubber's not the thing that everybody's looking for when they come to these junkyards.
It's a mountain of tires. I bet there's probably more Kefox in there.
Could we look for any signs of life? Do you see anything living?
Should I keep probing?
Ooh, if you want to, I was going to say roll a life science check on that statement if you want.
Or
nope.
Roll
I
a
don't have life
perception
science.
check, maybe.
I can roll perception, see if it's like
I'll tell you,
teeming like the rest of them.
Thaddeus, did you hear that comment?
I did. Thaddeus did.
Then you would let him know, like, from my understanding of Kefox, they do not eat rubber, but strictly metals.
Yes, that was well said.
Yeah, it was.
He will add, but there could be some other life form there. Could you check?
Sure. Yeah, go poke at that for me.
A dragon, perhaps, or some other giant creature. With
Check, I do recall the captain saying that you were to scout ahead in all tense situations, so I think you must go in
It
first.
makes sense. He's a monkey thing.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the nimble one.
If only there was, like, some kind of recording of that process or that conversation.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was lost to time. There's no way to know.
Cough episode 1.
It's gone forever.
Cool. So I'm going to continue to move stealthily. I'm gonna move square by square, Kev. You tell me when to stop and make a stealth.
Oh, scroll back in my notes.
Check, I wouldn't go too far.
Cool. I'm gonna come to here and stop to see if I hear anything moving within the tires.
I can't even see where you are. So.
Give me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, that's pretty good. 19.
Oh! So close, but you don't see anything. It's just a giant puddle.
Can you fail forward?
Pile.
Because he was so close.
I'll tell you, he doesn't sense anything. So if somebody wants to come up and join him, and he had a 19, so it's pretty high. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
All right. I mean, this is because like metagaming, I want to stop here, but like knowing Chuck's curious personality, like given no indication that he should stop, he wouldn't.
I literally was just about to say, Rolo's going to be like, Chuck, you should come back. I'm going to come check on you. Come back or stay where you are. Rolo's going to start to step forward.
Are you sure? Seems safe over here.
If you don't see anything, then perhaps we should just move forward.
Are you saying you're going to climb further up? Are you going to climb the tire up a mountain?
Yeah.
Tire mountain.
He's a
It's like-
monkey. Of course he's going to climb it.
Do not climb that mountain.
Don't do what?
Okay, so I'm going to ask two things from you. First,
I said don't climb the mountain.
give me an athletics check.
What?
I take out my rifle and I shoot Jack.
How is this? Okay. I did.
Do you have a climb speed? I guess if you have a climb
Tornado.
speed, then
I don't think I have a climb speed because Raxalites weren't really designed for monkey impersonation.
then
And my athletics roll sucks.
Will, you have a question?
So while they are around the corner and I'm still back in this clearing, I'm going to contact the ship about Web's request.
okay.
Ooh, okay. Thank you.
Requesting pull all ship communication from Cobb, encryption level Epsilon.
I knew he was the right man for the job.
And who'd you send that to?
Whoever YN3 is.
Okay, YN3 was definitely that Lashunta that was just hanging out in the yeoman shack
Yes.
when you guys were talking.
Nice.
Over it.
What?
All right. Fun stuff.
Jack, don't climb the tire mountain.
What? I couldn't hear.
I take out my rifle and I shoot Jack. Just blow Jack's head off.
Roll for initiative. No, so, Chuck, you're climbing. Okay, give me an athletics check.
It's a 0.
Shaq,
Oh, you have a -1 in
You
athletics?
rolled a 1.
I have a -2, and I rolled a 2.
how could you not be athletic? You're a monkey thing.
I know.
This
My
is so
God,
weird.
you're making this so difficult on me. So
You fall
move yourself
off the
back down.
Yeah, you like push a bunch of tires. Like,
You're so confident. You flip up, you stand up, you put your hands on your hips, and you have like your vines all spidered out. And then as you're standing there, all proud of getting quarter way up this mountaintop, the tire standing on just rolls down the hill. And for that, I'm gonna actually make you take 1 point of damage.
Is this like falling damage?
Yes. You were that clumsy, you fell down this mountain. So, okay, I will then say, without rolling another athletics check, I'll let you roll one more perception check.
can I roll a perception now that I've seen him fall?
I will give you a perception check if you move 10 feet closer. I feel like you're a little out of range.
Don't fall for it. Don't do it.
I can see everything.
I can attempt a DC 15 acrobatics check to negate falling damage when in an atmosphere,
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that.
which means I need to roll a 17 or higher.
Look at that parry. That. No.
Nat 20 it.
No, it's an
20,
11. That's a 9 after calculations.
So you take your 1 point of damage. Rolu, are you moving closer?
Yes, because I think it makes sense. As Jack falls, Rolo's like,
Oh, God.
check. And like takes takes a step 10 feet forward and also does a perception check.
Just one step 10 feet forward. What are you, a giant?
Yes.
Okay, so
and
10
I
feet
got
forward.
a.
That's go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I got a 23 for perception.
Yeah, I got an 11, so I was mostly just focused on you falling. Makes sense.
So Rolu's like, check, please don't do that, check.
That's a poor impression of me.
Chuck, stop. And he steps forward and like almost starts reaching for him. And then Chuck says, wait, hold on. I found something. And you actually start pulling at this. You scurry back up to where you were, where that one tire fell, a little more careful this time. And you actually pull out a rifle. And it is an auto target rifle.
Nice.
that is concealed by a shell of junk camouflage.
That's cool.
Hidden behind the shredded tires. And actually, there's a small box of shells with it too, that are 25 long arm rounds. The rifle itself is fully loaded, and the junk camouflage can be removed and attached to a different object with an engineering check. So I think I might. Give me one second.
That's pretty dope.
Roll 20.
Dude, I'll go in for that. Wonder who else will go in for that.
Are you going to roll off for it? Is that what you're saying?
It's a long rifle, right?
Auto target rifle?
I'm looking for it. Hold on. I'm about to.
I'll
just present it to everybody.
Not proficient, but
I'm going to assume
Oh,
that
right.
it's not.
There it is. There's a picture of it. It's beautiful.
That is
Great
gorgeous,
artwork.
yeah.
It's kind of a mix between like a sniper rifle and a
that's super
FAMAS,
cool.
like semi-autos or
Is anyone proficient in long arms?
I am.
I'm going to assume it's not miniature.
I like how Thaddeus and I said it at the same time.
We talked about this. Double check your
We look at each
requirements
other.
as a Raxolite, but I know you're allowed to carry one-armed melee weapons. Are you allowed to?
So I can use one-handed projectile weapons, or I can use
Okay.
the two-handed if they're miniaturized.
So this is not miniaturized, I'm sure.
Cool.
So it is not within Chuck's.
Chuck too tiny.
Too small.
So that's it. That's all you find in this pile, and nothing jumped out at you.
Check, are you okay?
Tired dragon.
What did you find?
I wonder who hid this here in this pile.
Yeah. And there's... Check, come back over here with it. Come over here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. He drags the rifle.
So what do you guys want to do next? And
That's interesting.
let me just do this in the corner.
Who wants the auto target? Can we resolve that? I do.
I think you guys should roll off.
Wait,
That is?
Termaiden, can you use this?
No.
You said you're not proficient.
I'm not proficient in long arms, unfortunately.
Sorry, I'm trying to think like what would Cobb do, because it's actually weaker than his current weapon. Cobb's a professional. Not Cobb. Sorry, Weps is a professional. So like Weps will be like, honestly, Rory, my weapon's better. It always is. Just saying. You should have it, because if you run out of spells, we need something to back you up there.
Rolu actually has a rifle too, right?
Just actually shoot things and actually get involved. That's all I'll say. All right.
Yeah, Roll already has a rifle.
I trust you. Oh, does he?
You see, the interesting thing about this, Thaddeus, and he kind of walks up. He's like dusting it off and inspecting it. The interesting thing is that it has a fully automatic fire mode. So just be careful where you are whenever I unload.
Wait, you can actually like shoot. You can actually like do multiple rounds per.
Yeah, so automatic is basically you attack in a cone at half the range increment, and you roll an attack against each target.
You already have a weapon, do you? Okay. Thaddeus,
I already have a
knowing that
rifle.
then. Okay,
but
Thaddeus
is it the
knowing that then.
same? Is it as good?
Also check your range for these weapons. Like, what is the range on your Venom caster?
It's about the same.
Yeah, I think the range on mine is pretty good too.
Thaddeus is going to try to take it then.
All right, let's roll off.
Roll off. Just a
Rolling off,
Rolu rolls off.
raw d20.
rolling in September. Okay, just gonna roll a d20.
What'd you get?
Good luck.
What'd you get?
Good luck. You go
no,
first.
I just want to know what you got. No. Tell me what you got.
no,
John,
no,
John,
dude.
tell me what you got.
No, Kelly.
John,
Kelly,
here's the thing.
Kelly,
Here's
better
the
idea.
thing.
Hey, Kelly.
John.
Better idea. You tell me first what you got. Tell me.
Okay, how about count of three? You both shout it out.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
5.
9.
So close.
I was for sure going to lose that, I thought.
I was trying to bluff you to get you to back out. I was trying to get you to back out.
I
dude.
was not.
trying to
I'm not
play
going to
poker.
back out. Come on.
All right, so while you guys are arguing for this,
Roller just snatches it out. Like, give that to me.
You're like, oh, let me see that part right there, and then you just take it and run away. You're like, look at the sight. You just run away.
into the distance.
Yeah.
Like a freaking child.
while you guys were talking about that, you actually notice that the part of the tires start to shake. And they fall. They do fall.
No. My good Lord.
How dare you?
But what I'll tell you is that they're actually near the area where Chalk first jumped. And so it's probably just like an avalanche effect of what was happening earlier. So, what do you guys want to do now?
So we wait and nothing happens?
Good thing I moved.
So we noticed this, right?
You notice it. Yeah. It's just the
Let's
tire.
get out of here now.
Let's move.
This is clearly unstable.
And as you leave, a giant bear made of tires. No, moving on. All right,
Tiger bear.
You guys heading back, and you're gonna head over to that toxic region.
Yes, I want to make some balance checks.
What did you guys find back there?
Tires.
I got myself a shiny new toy.
Nice.
Just shows it to him.
This could be Thaddeus or Tormeodin to give an actual response instead of what Thaddeus said. This could be possibly a rifle that dealt the final blow. Who knows?
Is there an insight check in Starfinder?
For
Like
what
to
now?
make that conclusion? Whether this was the murder weapon?
I feel like that'd be like survival.
I think that's just what Rolo's thinking. He's trying to piece something together.
it'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, what would that...
What did you ask?
I think it's just a little bit more like... I just went from a roleplay perspective.
Okay.
What was your question though? About
I was asking if there was a check to be made to come to the conclusion that that rifle we found was the murder weapon for this android.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say no to that. It's not like you guys have any kind of
Could I do an engineering check to see if it was recently fired?
no, because it had. Well, I could say
It's a full clip.
yeah, it had a full clip.
Well, that's
So-
that's a mode. Oh! It had a
It
full
had
clip.
no rounds expended.
Yeah.
And yeah, unless you have some kind of like what you know what, do it. Go ahead, roll an
Oh, okay.
engineering check.
Thanks. I wasn't expecting you to say that. I think it's plus 6. Ooh, 18.
Okay, so I'll say that you can see that the round that is in there is full, but it was probably reloaded at some point. And there is definitely it has been fired fairly recently. It's not been well maintained. It's been used, is what I'll say. As for determining whether or not it was used in the last combat, that's indeterminable.
You see, Thaddeus, there are times when you can learn more from weapons than just firing them.
Hilarious.
Pew pew.
Pew, pew.
I can tell it's not recently clean. After all, that is my job. Yeah.
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 Now, let's cross this slimy.
Before we do, Terme is going to come to this edge and just sort of search the lay of the land and see if there's any like areas where people can get like sniped from or like attacked
Smap.
along the sides here.
My bad.
Perception?
Well, why is this music playing?
Yeah, that was a little bit concerned.
Yeah.
Gonna perceive.
All right. Yeah.
Can I do
So
that?
you guys step.
Thaddeus will
You
help
guys-
with that.
You guys come back around from the tires and you move up into that T, following all those tracks up to the edge where there is almost like a cliff's edge, just a little bit, drops down a couple feet, and there is almost like a flowing river
So cool.
of a blackish oil looking material. And there's a
Does it have like a sheen of like artificial colors and synthetic?
It's-
you know.
whatever your thoughts are of a disgusting fluid, that's what it is.
Frothy and stuff. Gross.
And there is a plank of steel, like corrugated steel, kind of like left over from somewhere, thrown across to an island, and then it moves over to the right. And then there are all sorts of barrels off kind of to the left, and that's what you guys see. So
That's super neat. I can just picture it like bubbling, like, you know, and in like the heat of the day. It's probably like, what time is it? It's like mid-afternoon now? Noon?
I would say it's probably right around like noon to 1.
Yeah, it's hot.
You guys haven't had lunch yet. Kinda getting cranky.
Yeah.
Do we notice any? I rolled an 18 on my if I can roll perception on this to notice anything that would indicate like an ambush point, because this to me is like spider sense is going off.
So you're all the way up on the left side of that cliff's edge.
Yeah.
And I'll say from where you are, you don't see any indication of an ambush. Like you don't see, I mean, like clearly a sniper's could be hiding, but like you don't see any place where a sniper could be hiding.
Got it.
So there is a sniper?
Oh, okay, good. Snipers, got it.
Ask Tremaine.
I think we should proceed with caution.
I agree. Jack, it might be best to stay on one of our shoulders. And then I think Rolo's going to turn to Tormade and say, it's good that we have these masks, but boy, the smell of that fluid in the heat of the day is permeating my nose. I don't know about you.
I'm not a fan, no.
Yeah, it's like, I can smell it.
So, Jack, when you turn to talk, he's going to hit his environmental protection on his second skin.
Yep.
And Jack Sparrow run across the...
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
Jack. I love that Jack just does what Jack wants.
I know, he's so like, has no ambition or no
Inhibition.
No inhibitions. Yeah.
So Thaddeus is just watching him, seeing if he runs into any trouble. Does he? Does he successfully make it across?
Yeah, how far ahead do you run? Before anybody
Yeah.
else does anything else, do you guys just all watch him dart all the way across this thing?
I think Rollo's going to start to step on here. And do we need to make like a balance or anything check or anything?
Yes, John. Go ahead and read the balance rules to me.
Okay.
Let's look him up.
GM decisions.
I feel like it's wide enough. What's going on?
Is it not wide enough?
John's been wanting to roll out these balance mechanics.
It
I
just
don't.
seems cool, but we don't actually need to.
Nobody
It's
else
fine.
has to roll it, but John does.
I have to roll a balance with my
right.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
Really?
All right. That's cool.
Let's hear the rules, John. Just read the
No,
rules.
it's okay. No, that's fine. It's part of a move action. Use acrobatics to move across narrow surfaces and uneven ground without falling.
Okay.
You can move half your land speed.
Interesting. So I'm going to say you don't have to use your balance on this side. If you guys want to, I will let you guys try to jump across the barrels. And if you jump across, and that's an athletics, and then or an acrobatics, and then moving across the barrels, I will make you do the balance check.
No, I'm good.
I don't recommend it.
I think we should just go in a fire line across.
Yeah, so Rollo's going to go next.
Space out a bit.
Make sure we don't
Space out a
overload these
bit.
panels.
There you
Yes.
are. Waiting for you, Rolu. Keep going. Keep going.
So Rollo's on the second panel. Chak's on the third panel.
Maybe we can pause when we get mostly across.
I guess Thaddeus is on the first.
Jack's in one of the car chairs.
Okay. Rollo's going to... I'm just going to keep moving my...
Let's be descriptive to our listeners here. You guys are all making it one by one across these planks that have been laid out.
We are a little staggered,
Little staggered.
so that we're not all on the same plank at the same time.
Yeah.
How far away are you from one another?
We're all about
10
10 feet
feet
away from each other.
Yeah, because each of these like panels is about 10 feet, and I'm sure some of them are kind of sloped, and I can picture us like kind of holding out our hands as our boots, ring against these components that probably are like they probably have all this oil spattered against them.
Tremaine's going
John,
to
roll
put
a
on
balance
his...
check for me. I'm just kidding.
Tor may what?
I was going to put on my environmental protections if they...
Oh yeah, Rollo does that too, just in case.
Does anybody else want to use perception while they're here?
Yes.
Yeah.
So all of us.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
16.
14. It's Raven and Riddle giving me a 9 for a 12 total.
9 total.
Cool. Okay. So you don't see any ambushes.
16?
Yeah, you don't see any ambushes.
I just love this like mapped feature, just having to walk across this narrow, like man-made bridge just to get across.
Chuck kind of pauses for a second and looks back, and you take one step close to him. And as you do, you feel it shift just a little, and you see this wall of seats kind of like reaching up above you, starts to sway precariously.
Immediately going to shout, "Watch out, everyone!" And then it's right above me. I'm gonna step forward, try and move out of the way. Or was it above Chak?
Move it!
Well, I feel like you and Chalk got just a little too close.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Be careful.
right,
cool.
We can't all be on the same panel here. This is very precarious.
Chuck clears out. So he's now made it across, and he's waiting for the rest of the group.
Okay, so you three are still on the panels and making your way up and around this corner. And as you get around that corner, you see several hollowed out and crushed vehicle chassis are stacked up on top of one another, forming a series of small ziggurats, which are like pyramids almost.
Stepped
paths
pyramids.
of dusty grit twist and turn around the structures, which appear to be stained in places with oils and lubricants.
That's so cool.
And from where Chalk is standing, go ahead and give me a perception check. Which Chalk has passed. He is no longer on the panels, and he is up further into this area where he's standing kind of almost in between these two ziggurats.
Rolu, get moving. I don't want to be stuck here for long.
Are you sitting comfortably, Rolu?
Can I move, Kev? Because I haven't moved because you said to pause, right?
Yeah,
Or
let's
no?
pause here for a minute
Okay.
and let Chalk give a perception.
It's a dirty 20.
Cool. Okay, so I'll say that you see the same thing you saw before at the piles.
Sort of the
That
subtle
first
shift.
entrance area. Yeah.
Okay.
And you recognize it. But you can't pick out any particular spots.
Is the magnitude of the oscillation greater?
It is very similar.
I just pictured this low camera next to Jack and these huge pyramids and things like that
Oh, yeah.
shaking.
But I think while you're looking for this stuff, I think you're standing there and you can feel the ground vibrating unnaturally, and you can hear just subtle kind of humming all over the place. So go ahead, keep going.
He leans into his comm unit. Guys, we've got company.
Let's get off of this bridge.
Rolu's gonna step forward. One set of arms is holding the spear, the other's holding the rifle, and he's gonna step up in front of Jack and walk through.
Jack draws his hunting rifle and then hops up on the shoulder.
Thaddeus steps onto land right behind them.
Rolu's gonna do a perception check.
And I think, Treme, you're kind of following up the end,
Yes.
and right before you're still balanced on that last plank before you get to solid ground.
Oh no!
You notice these two large towers, and I think it's actually Thaddeus that notices it the most, is that you see these giant pyramids that go up. I mean, it's
How many stories?
almost 10 feet to the first story and another 10 feet to the second story. They're 20-foot tall piles of debris that are almost squared off perfectly. And you notice they're not the same as they were in the other piles. The other piles were a lot more
Random.
was it lackadaisical? Is that the word? Yeah, random. These are designed in a pattern, in a form. And it's Thaddeus that points out, I believe that these are Kafak hives. And that's our game.
Wow. Damn. Well, we got to get stealth next time.
Ambushed?
Bro.
We're about to get
Are,
kafak bushed?
we're going to get kafak.
Dude, we're gonna get kafaked. That's the title. You're gonna just kafaked.
Fuck.
Thanks for listening, ye scallywags. Until next week, drift beacons and distant stars.